right, hello everybody and welcome to the April edition of the AAA, that's Ask Antoni Anything session, yet another one, and I personally could not be more excited about this edition because you know what's finally here? The Nexo Card is finally here. And joining me today is my esteemed colleague Silvi Angelov. He's a product manager at Nexo. He has worked extremely closely to all the teams that had something to do with the Nexo Mastercard, so I'm very happy to have him here.
Hello, Antoni. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So we have a bunch of stuff lined up. Obviously, we're going to talk about the card, the differences between all the existing options and why ours is the world's first. We're going to talk about Mastercard, our collaboration with them, the fact that it's a world's first, all the beautiful endorsement that we receive from the Mastercard team, all the support, shout out to them. It's just incredible how forward-looking they are. And a bunch of other exciting stuff that we have lined up and that you guys have asked during the past few days. But before we do the deep dive into the Mastercard, Silvi, let me ask you this. We're always on a hiring spree, and now the headcount is almost 500 people. And just tell us, why is it so wonderful to work with Nexo? You have been around for quite a while, and what is it like to be a product manager at Nexo?
Okay, thank you, Tony. Thank you for that great introduction. Hello, guys out there. I'm glad to be here with you, with all the people that are watching us. Thank you again for having me, and thank you for that first easy question. Well, what is it like to be a product manager in Nexo? By the way, how many hours do you have for that question?
Exactly 60 minutes, so
okay, jokes
don't
aside,
spend more than 20.
Jokes aside, I'll try to be as short as possible, and I'll try to not use any complicated phrases. So, being a product manager in Nexo, being a product manager in a company like Nexo, a company that aims to change the world, in the case of Nexo, to change the traditional financial system as we know it today, being a product manager in such a company is not just an ordinary user story writer or a backlog prioritizer. It is way beyond that. That guy, the product manager in that company, in such company, manage the product between the main three disciplines like user experience, technology, and business. The main responsibility for the product manager in such company is to somehow find out and set the short-term goals for all the teams, which goals will help the company achieve its main mission, which in the case of Nexo is to bridge the gap between the traditional finance and the cryptocurrencies. Because one thing is definitely sure, that the future of money is digital. I'm not saying will be, I'm saying is digital, because it already is, and we all can see it.
Absolutely.
It's happening.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And without further ado, guys, what an intro to dive into. Should we do this simultaneously? Wrong pocket, wrong pocket. 1, 2, 3. The Mastercard by Nexo, brought to you. I can't stop flashing it. I did this in Paris during blockchain week when we unveiled it, and I'm gonna do it on a few more occasions, so you gotta bear with me. And we do take some pride in this product because it has been in the works for so long. There has been all sort of challenges that Silvi in particular could spend hours talking about, the back and forth, the fact that this is not only a world's first in crypto, but it is a product without an analog as far as I know, and I do have a few cards in my pocket apart from the Nexo card. This was a world's first for Mastercard as well. We'll be talking with Mastercard guys tomorrow on CoinDesk TV, so make sure to tune into that. But it was a world's first for them, and to me, I can't stop repeating this until I'm hoarse. There are a lot of different cards that allow you to essentially transfer or exchange your crypto into fiat when you swipe it at the terminal, the Starbucks, Apple Store, or whatever, but where Nexo comes in and allows you to hold on to your crypto, the upside potential of it, and tap into the liquidity via our signature crypto-backed loans. This is the first card that actually allows that. And you know, I have said this on many occasions. I just feel like we have to set the mood right here for this conversation. Some viewers might be, you know, joining us for the first time, and I don't know what the Nexo card is. And you know, we are native to the whole thing, and we think that everybody should instantly understand it, and it makes sense. And you know, the next stage, and adequately, this is the first question, will be large-scale adoption. And so suitably, the first question coming from Twitter ID @CryptoIsaac is addressed at both of us. Okay. And it states, as the first crypto-backed payment card, how will you onboard non-crypto users? Also, are there any perks when I refer friends to get the Nexo card? I'll hand this over to you.
Okay, sure. Well, from product perspective, I can say that we have the best from zero to crypto process in Nexo. Together with the product squad of Nexo, we've made the entering the crypto space a super easy and quick process. I can proudly say that you can buy your first crypto by using your debit or credit card with just 7 clicks in our Nexo mobile app or in our web platform.
Can we reduce it to 3 clicks?
We can reduce it to 4, I think, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see
sorry to interrupt
the options. We'll explore the options to reduce it to 3 for you. So yeah, you are only 7 clicks away from having your first crypto, of course, with a cashback of up to 0.5%. And that crypto will immediately start earning you daily compounding interest.
Absolutely.
For up to 42%. Like
on selected
a year, like it is the case with Axie token, for example. Yeah. It's a current promotion we have, but we have it on the platform. And at the same time, those assets, they are automatically opens you a instant crypto credit line that can be accessed via, guess what?
The card.
The Nexo card.
The Nexo card.
The Nexo card.
Should I show it again? Okay. It's too soon, isn't it?
So the instant crypto credit lines at Nexo starts from just 0% APR. Yeah. And there might be some people that will ask how we can access this.
Are you sure you're not also working in marketing? You're doing a good job promoting the product.
Well, they might ask how they can access their crypto credit lines with the Nexo card. It's super simple. Just swipe your Nexo card in any of the 92 million merchants worldwide that accepts Mastercard. It's that simple. And all that thing without the need of selling your crypto. Yep. And lose its upside potential. Yep. And come on, we all have friends that at some point in the past, for some reasons, they have sold their crypto.
Including yours truly.
And those people are now regretting it.
Obviously.
And the only thing they want to do is to somehow go back in time and just keep their crypto. Yeah. And with the Nexo card, you are not only keeping your crypto, but you also earn more crypto in the face of cashback of up to 2%.
I love the cashback. I'm a sucker for a cashback.
Okay. And this is valid not for you, but for every single transaction with the Nexo card. And here is the part that I like the most. Every single transaction with the Nexo card increases your crypto wealth, because it is not only keeps your existing crypto in your portfolio, but adds more crypto every time you use it.
Absolutely. No, it's stunning.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and
It's a thing of beauty.
absolutely. And thankfully, the Federal Reserve is still on our side, and as long as they keep on those dollars coming, crypto will gradually be increasing in value. That doesn't hurt either. But I guess to wrap up what Silvi said, and to directly answer the question, how will non-crypto aficionados come into the space, is essentially bad news for Coinbase. Now you can start your journey at Nexo with buying your first crypto with a card, as simple as that. They had this first mover advantage before that. 7 steps, as Silvi is pointing out again. What internally at Nexo we call Nexo 360 degrees. Every need of you can be catered about and around by the Nexo offering, whether it's exchange, whether it's earn, whether it's store, whether it's pay, transfer between accounts, take out loans, you name it, spend it. We have it, and this is the way that we ultimately, and I personally have always believed, large-scale adoption will come when we give the same tools that the people know, such as the Mastercards. I'm not going to pull it out again. By now what it looks like, but this is, you don't have to explain to your aunt what a Mastercard is. She already knows. So bringing her in on and adding all those perks that we just discussed on top of her already existing experience and familiar experience, it's a no-brainer, and then she will certainly be on the Nexo platform buying her first Bitcoin.
Well, one thing to add here, because, come on, I'm a product guy, I need to tell you guys something from the product kitchen.
Yeah,
of course.
Do that.
One thing to mention here, while we're on the topic with buying crypto with debit or credit cards, is that I'm really excited to share with you guys that we are really close to launch a new partnership that will allow us to double the number of countries we are currently operating in.
All right, and just for clarity purposes, right now the Nexo card is active in
the European Economic Area,
which is 30 countries.
30 countries.
30 countries right now.
But
Russia?
I was talking more about the buy
Russia.
crypto with card function.
Oh, you were talking. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Got it.
So,
of course, yeah. That's a wonderful addition to our suite of products. Shall we move to the second question? Hi guys, there will be. Let me start over. And it's at Silvi, so you better be looking at it as well. Hi guys, will there be full debit card functionality in the future where we can preload it with stablecoins? Oh, we would love that too. Or fiat instead of using collateral loans, please. Asks us at Matt for it too.
Okay, thank you for that question. Apparently it was one of the most asked questions since the launch. So the short answer, yes, of course there will be an extra debit card. I haven't heard of a bank having only credit cards or only debit cards. So having in mind we are building the so-called crypto bank of the future, no surprises here as well. No. So of course there will be an extra debit card, and the only difference is that unlike the traditional financial institutions, Nexo is having only one card, the Nexo card. And it is the first card in the world that can be used as debit card and as credit card at the same time.
Absolutely.
And you have the ability to switch between both functionalities, to switch between debit card functionality and credit card functionality by clicking just one single button in the Nexo mobile app. And of course, you can do this right before each transaction. So, you may decide to use the debit card functionality for smaller purchases like having your coffee tomorrow or your breakfast, and use the credit card functionality for some bigger purchases like buying a new phone or a new laptop or a TV, whatever you want. It's entirely up to you, your money, your rules.
Should we make those guys jealous and tell them that the debit functionality is available for Nexo employees during the beta testing? We shouldn't tell them that. All right. Moving on to the next question.
I will tell them. I will bring some stuff from the Pro Kitchen as well. The Nexo debit card is currently in internal testing phase, as you already mentioned. Of course, that was my word. The next I can probably say that it works perfect for now.
It does.
The next step from here is to launch the friends and family testing, and then to move on the beta testing. After that, it comes the official rollout. And to give you more details around the debit card, first, at the beginning, we will start with the stablecoins and fiat currencies, and then we will add every asset that is supported on Nexo platform, nice. Which will be even more by then. And one thing I like here in the Nexo debit card functionality is that you don't have to preload it. Like you don't have to move any funds to any card wallet or something. Yeah. The debit card will use the assets in your savings wallet, so they will keep earning you daily compounding interest rate
until you spend them.
And they will still they still will be available for your daily purchases whenever you need them.
No, that's great.
It cannot be better.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the opportunity to prioritize and tell which assets to be spent and which not.
That is great. Everything you could possibly need will be provided by all-in-one service. Yeah, I really like that. You know, something came to my mind. You know, a few years back, reading the PayPal Wars, great book. If you haven't read it, you should. And there, you know, the rarest thing happened. Elon Musk admitted he made a mistake. You know, doesn't do that every day. Hopefully I won't get banned from Twitter. But yeah, I mean, and he said that one of the mistakes with PayPal was that they didn't have the debit card, so any card. So people would only preload their account seconds before they spend their money. Yeah. And there wasn't any sticky amounts of money to the accounts. Absolutely. And that was one of the mistakes. Absolutely. And we are trying to be smarter than that.
Let me add in a couple of words of why we start with the credit card, because I saw a couple of comments.
Sure.
On the
so do it briefly, because we are on the third question. And we have a long list to go through. Yeah.
Okay. Why we start with the credit card? Actually, the Nexo card is a natural extension of our flagship product, the instant crypto credit lines. So you don't have to wait like a couple of days in order for the bank transfer to be settled, then dealing with banks and paying those fees for withdrawing that money or sending to someone else. You just have an instant access to your credit line by swiping your card.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of crypto debit cards on the market, and all of them are actually selling your crypto on the back end. And what we know is that most people that are in crypto, they believe in the upside potential of that asset class. Yep. And they are willing to hold their digital assets for longer periods of time. Yep. And that was one of our main assumptions that we were working with when creating the Nexo card.
Yeah. And if I put my legal and compliance hat on for just a second, on top of it all, it's beautifully tax efficient. So do consult your tax advisor on the ins and outs of how taking out a loan versus spending your crypto actually saves you even more money. So moving on to the next question, it is addressed at me. Is there a roadmap for onboarding new countries to the Nexo card feature? Especially wondering about Switzerland, asks us Toby from Switzerland. suitingly. Obviously, we have been, the way that, and Silvi will correct me if this is wrong, but card issuers generally divide up the world in Europe, North America, and I think Canada, and then Southeast Asia. Every 200 kilometers is a different jurisdiction, so you have to apply for different card programs, so it is the most challenging. There is a silver bullet here that we are hoping for Southeast Asia to be, what's the phrase, to shoot? Are we shooting silver bullets? Are we catching silver bullets? We're doing all of that, and we're going to have a solution for that. The most advanced talks are for the United States, which incredibly important market, and we are super excited to bring it across the Atlantic. As to Switzerland, I am not sure about Switzerland, how high on the priority list it is. Do you have any insights where Switzerland is?
Well, currently it's not in the European Economic Union.
Yes, so it is pending, and it's coming soon in our traditional way of answering.
We're working to
like
get the Nexo Card in each country of the world.
Absolutely. We're going to do that sooner rather than later. So stay tuned, or, relocate temporarily to the European Union where you can get your Nexo Card, and then it's back to Zurich or Stadt, whatever your habitat might happen to be. The next question is addressed to you, Silvi, and it asks the following. Can you please explain in detail how much the algorithm puts in the credit line for each purchase, and how is the crypto chosen? Asks us Paulo. I'm going to give you the question to read it and make sure we absolutely understand it, because I am
definitely understand the question.
Okay, but good I have you here. I'm not alone that I have to answer.
Explain in detail a little worries me, because we need to spend a lot of time explaining this. But thank you, Paulo, for that question. It's very interesting, and at the same time, it's very hard to be explained in a couple of minutes. So I'll try my best to explain it as short and easy as possible. So, okay, let me see how to start here. Everything on the Nexo Card is fully automated, and it works the same way like the regular crypto credit line we have on the platform. So it uses the same assets for collateral, it uses the same loan to value ratios, everything is the same. If we can go directly with an example, let's say you have like only Bitcoin in your Nexo account. The current loan to value of Bitcoin is 50%. By the way, you can check the loan to, not you, Paolo and all of you, all the guys there. You can check all the loan to value ratios for our assets on the platform in the Nexo Help Center. We have a very good article there. But what 50% loan to value means? It means that for every $1 of your Bitcoin, you can spend with the Nexo Card up to 50 cents of that dollar. So to put it simply, you have $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, you can spend up to $5,000 with your Nexo Card. So normally those assets are positioned in the savings wallet, where they earn you compounding daily interest every day.
Of up to 42% on selected
like
assets.
In the case with Axie token. And let's assume, let's say you want to make a purchase of $100 with your Nexo Card. The system will automatically move $200 worth of Bitcoin from your savings wallet to your credit wallet, and that money will be used in order to collateralize your loan you just took. If you have more assets in your Nexo wallet, like more than one asset, you have Ethereum, you have Nexo tokens, etc., the system will choose the asset which is with the highest priority in order to be moved from the savings wallet to the credit wallet. Unfortunately, no one can give you the exact priority right now because it is constantly changing, depends on market conditions. You know that crypto is super volatile, and we've built a very sophisticated algorithm that manages the prioritization of those assets. So they are constantly changing. But in case you have any specific asset that you want to be used as collateral, I have a hint for you that will help you hack the system.
In a nice way.
You can simply manually move the assets you prefer from your savings wallet to your credit wallet right before the transaction. The automated rule I've mentioned earlier is super simple. It will move assets by priority from your savings wallet to your credit wallet only after you don't have enough collateral, you don't have enough assets in your credit wallet. Doesn't matter the asset. So to give you an example, if we have the Bitcoin on the highest priority and Ethereum, for example, on the lowest priority, if you have Ethereum in your credit wallet, the system will not move your Bitcoins to...
it's exhausted.
Yeah. So it's up to you. And of course, all of us, we all make impulsive purchases. So there might be cases where you just forgot to move any assets in advance.
Okay.
And the system will take the highest priority, of course. But I have a working solution here as well. You can just use our collateral swap functionality, which can be found under the Nexo Exchange product. And that functionality will give you the opportunity to swap all of your collateral that is currently being locked for collateralizing your loan. You can swap it for whatever you want. So just go and use the collateral swap functionality. Is that simple?
Absolutely. And the beauty of it all is that it works out of the box. You don't even have to make these decisions and considerations unless you absolutely want and need to, because as Silvi mentioned, our algorithms are really sophisticated. They have stood the test of time because these are the same algorithms that work for the crypto-backed loans for close to 4 years now. And I think that the way they have been stress tested, nothing in the world, in the financial traditional world, has been tested like this. So moving on to the next question, it is for me, what are the benefits of the Nexo Card versus some similar offerings and companies that offer the same? I didn't read the exact question, but you get the sense of what the question is about. And I think I deliberately kicked things off with this comparison. Here is where the words first comes in. It is the first card that allows you to take out the loan with the swipe or the touch of your phone to the POS terminal versus selling your crypto. It's tax efficient, it's hodler friendly, it is tapping into your liquidity, which essentially allows you to keep on your crypto assets longer. That's the truth of it. You know, I have bought Bitcoin at $100 and sold it at $200 or $300, and I thought, oh, you lucky me, you know, I made a 200-300% return, and you know, how do I regret that? I do sincerely and severely. And unfortunately, back in the day, if you needed liquidity, there wasn't such a service. Actually, this is how Nexo came about. So this is the main difference, and it's the flexibility. It's everything that Silvi just talked about. It's the different settings that you can have with the Nexo card. It's the ability to soon switch between a credit and a regular debit card. It is so much more. A lot of functionalities are still coming. Perhaps you would like to say, you know, a few words about that, you know, something like all the perks that we are going to have with the Nexo card that will make it an even better product.
Well, I will be as short as possible because we are running out of time. So just don't be like your friend that sold their crypto in the past and now they are forgetting about.
Absolutely.
Crypto is here to stay, yeah.
It is here to stay, and I keep on getting more and more bullish about crypto. All right, the next question is for you. Any plans of integrating automatic loan repayments associated with the card that you could choose when it occurs? For example, weekly or monthly? Asks us the Angry Panda.
Angry Panda.
Hopefully not angry at us. With a good guess.
Thank you, Angry Panda, for that question. Hope you won't be that angry after I answer it. Well, the thing with the automatic loan repayment is that it actually clashes with our concept of never charging you monthly repayment fees.
Yep.
That's the main concept we have, even with the regular instant crypto credit lines. So unlike the traditional financial institutions where you may get charged like $100 for just forgetting to pay $1 or $2
Yep.
as a minimum monthly fee, in Nexo we want to give you the ability to control all that stuff.
Yep.
I mean to be independent here.
Mm.
So there's no way at any time for us to charge you any additional fee just because you forgot to pay $2.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have minimum monthly repayment fees, and we will not have it at all.
No, we want flexibility.
That is one of the main advantages that makes the Nexo Card and the Nexo Instant Crypto Credit Line itself a unique product. And while we are on the credit line management topic, let me give you another kitchen stuff from from our Pro kitchen. In the upcoming app releases, we are going to improve the user experience for our users. We will add the pending credit because it's something we currently don't have, and the users are complaining about.
Pending credit.
Pending credit. What this means is when you swipe your card to any POS terminal or wherever you want it, you are just making an authorization, and there is no financial movement. There is no transaction ending. So imagine like swiping your card is just your intention for spending that money, and after a couple of days or hours or whatever, the banks agrees between so
they settle.
Yeah, they settle the transactions. So that time can vary between 1 hour and 45 days in the case of Mastercard.
Yeah.
So we will visualize the pending credit because you definitely need to know what the situation is with your current credits. And we also add like a quick repay button because you have to see what are the repayment situation there, what are the credits, what are the repayment options, and it will go directly in the Nexo Card app in the Nexo mobile app. We'll also we'll also display the available balance that you can spend with your Nexo Card, which actually is the available credit line that is based from all of your portfolio, like including the credit wallet and including the assets in the savings wallet. So the people need to know how much they can spend with their card. Yeah. And all of this stuff will be visible in the Nexo mobile app. So just stay tuned. Don't forget to turn on the automatic updates for the mobile app, and great things are coming.
Absolutely. This product will keep on getting better and better. Dear Antoni and Silvi, can we expect similar reliability? What's with my reading today? With the Nexo Card as with any conventional credit card? Benedek N. What does he mean with similar reliability? It's even more reliable than your traditional card, because it's the Nexo Mastercard. But kidding aside, what do you make of this question? We are somewhat perplexed, but this also shows that we're not shying away from any questions. My just quite frankly, don't quite understand it. It is
Well,
as
at the
reliable
end,
as
it's
it is.
a Mastercard. So
It's a Mastercard.
whenever
It gets
you're
accepted
a normal
92 million
92 million
merchants
worldwide.
everywhere. You know, perhaps, but no, they don't know about this. There were earlier bugs where, you know, it took a little time to, because you had to check the available credit line, but we fixed that prior to the launch. I have no idea. It's the most reliable thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Works the same from the plastic and from the Apple Wallet or Google Pay. So, you know, order it and see that it is even more reliable than the traditional, conventional credit cards, Benedict. That is our advice to you. Moving on to the next one. Any plans, this is for you by the way, so pay attention. Any plans to allow for loans in the same currency as the card? So we don't have to pay the FX spread when our euro charge is converted to USD. Spoiler alert, there's no FX.
Yeah, let's make this clear, guys.
Yeah.
There's no FX spread at all because we're using the best interbank exchange rates. Yeah. However, there are some FX fees, not spread, fees, that are for converting the currencies between the card currency, which can be in euro and GBP, and the merchant's currency, because, you know, 92 million merchants worldwide, a lot of currencies. Yeah. There are some FX fees there, but they are entirely covered by Nexo for up to 20,000 euro a month.
Yep.
And after that, there are 0.5% FX fee for that conversion.
Yeah, and another life hack, it's good to have Nexo tokens, guys. It's good to have Nexo tokens in your portfolio because it boosts up your tier. You get to be bronze, silver, gold, or even platinum, and that comes with additional perks. And I cannot stress it enough how important this is. And another thing that I found during my life of traveling is that when you are in a country, let's say Dubai, and the POS terminal, when you pay, asks us whether you want to use the local currency or euro, it's a catch. You always have to use the local currency so that we make sure that we are doing the conversion.
Absolutely.
And not the acquirers. That is the other bank sitting on the other end of the transaction, and you know it can go up to 7%. My fiance has misclicked on several occasions, and this has resulted in some silent rides home.
Absolutely, it's a tricky moment, and again, we are using one of the best interbank rates, so
make sure you use ours by sticking to the local currency if the POS terminal asks you. All right, moving on to the next question is from an anonymous. I love anonymous questions because they're so brave and brazen and uncensored. So, do card repayments have any impact on our credit score? Of course they don't. I want to build my credit score, but I have always avoided traditional credit cards. Thank you. I am a person who has a credit score in several jurisdictions because I moved around a bit. But no, the Nexo credit card does not affect your credit score, and this has always been the beauty of our products, is that they are agnostic, to use this fancy word. They don't care where you come from. Well, to a certain extent, if you're from one of the sanctioned countries, you might care. But apart from that, you know, as soon as we know that who you are and that you're not a terrorist, that you're not a money launderer, and we're very good at establishing that, as you must have guessed from one of our sections that we had with Savina, our head of compliance. But as soon as we know those little details about you and you have the collateral, you're good to go. We don't need to know what your income is. We don't need to know what your background is. We don't know what you think of Elon Musk acquiring Twitter. I'll keep on coming back. It's it's a good joke. I can't help it. But it is very open, very transparent, very inclusive, our offering, and it does not affect your credit score because this is securitized lending. You have the collateral. We don't need to check your credit score. So If you want to build out your credit score, unfortunately, you will have to have a traditional card and that they see that you're good for the money. But you know, if for some reason it doesn't work out well, you always have Nexo and our Mastercard, which completely does not care about your credit score.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the next one, it is for you, Silvi. The Nexo Card loan, is there no penalty or paying back before the 30 days? Has us Nexo way of life, simple way of asking of whether there is a penalty for early prepayment or no prepayments,
Well,
and what happens in the first 30 days?
It's easy question. The short answer is no. The Nexo Card does not add any additional penalties to your existing loans. Not 30 days, not 20, not 10, not even 1 day. And that's the only difference between the regular instant crypto credit line.
Pay attention, that's a life hack.
And the Nexo Card. So just spend with your Nexo Card and you will not have any penalties at all.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, moving on to the next one. How are we doing time-wise? We got a few minutes left. How many questions do we have left? I'm asking the audience. A couple.
That's the last one.
Oh, that's the last one. All right. And again, an anonymous one. How does the card work if you have not taken out any loans before?
It's super easy. Why it's not?
I don't know. You go ahead, by all means. Answer that question.
By absolutely the same way,
Yep.
like if you take a loan. So the only difference here is that you are getting instant access to your credit line.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I've mentioned it earlier that you don't need to wait like a couple of days for the bank transfer to settle, those settlements that I mentioned earlier. And you just get an instant access to your credit line by just swiping your card or tapping it like this. I don't know.
yeah, I only bring the card for the showmanship of
Absolutely.
flashing it. It's on my phone.
I'm using only Apple Pay.
Or Google Pay.
Or
Let's
Google
be
Pay, yeah,
inclusive here and not make enemies of Google, because it's better to have them on your side. Well, there you have it, folks. This was our session with Silvi about the Mastercard, the Nexo Mastercard, which, as you must know by now, is an incredibly powerful tool to have in your pocket. It's a world's first. We're incredibly pumped to have brought this to the blockchain community. We truly believe it is for the betterment of, don't want to say the world because it would sound cheesy, but for lack of a better term, the world at large. And we're gonna keep on innovating for you. We're gonna keep on developing new tools, new services, adding different perks. We'll make sure to have Silvi on again at some time in the future, where he will be excited to be talking about all the other additions in the new countries and horizons that we have covered and
There
conquered.
are a lot of things that are coming.
Absolutely.
Great things are coming.
Thank you so
And
much,
Don't
Silvi.
be like your friend. Just spend the value of your crypto
without
selling it.
with the Mastercard.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
See you around.
Thank you. Bye-bye.